Hey guys, and welcome to Infiltrated. This is actually a game I created. I believe it's the first game I probably, I guess finished. Well, I don't know, extra levels isn't done, but I might revisit those one day. But yeah, welcome to Infiltrated. This was the first ever game I have actually created. So this game hasn't been relevant in quite a long time, and this had a lot of improvements. In fact, I actually recreated. This is actually the remake of this game. The original was a lot worse, trust me. But I think the original could have been a bit scarier, but this one's a lot more efficient. So, but yeah, as you can see, it's got the official TSR logo in down there. But whatever. So you got all these different things. So these four main level, well, these five are all available. You can also exit the game if you wanted to. But survival mode is kind of like the easy mode, or normal difficulty. Hard mode is, well, hard. Despair mode is very hard. And challenge, I think there's a bug with challenge, actually. Not sure. I think there might be a bug with it, but it's supposed to be the extremely hard mode. Normally, if you beat challenged, you would be given a special reward. So if it is bugged, I guess you can easily skip to that reward. But yeah, there's also a few spooky Easter eggs in this game. There's also a few Easter eggs and references to actual other YouTubers as well, like mostly bigger channels like Markiplier, Dorco, Jacksepticeye I believe is one, and yeah, there's a few references to channels like that. So, what are we gonna do? We're going to go into survival mode first, just so I can explain the game. However, there is one more thing I would like to say. I believe it's only found in survival mode, but to the three YouTubers who played the original version of Infiltrated before the remake, Fellow Gamer, Vinfights Rage, and Flames Plays, you guys all have an Easter egg dedicated to you as well, hidden inside of one of the houses. So yeah, congrats to you guys. You might be in the credits room actually. And if you're looking for that, that's the reward for challenge mode. So yeah, let's go into survival mode. I guess I'll, yeah. You also get these cool loading screens. Alright, so we're into my game. Yes, this is a horror game if you couldn't tell. But you also find notes like this lying around. This is not what you're looking for. You were looking for keys. However, if you pick up a note, which you couldn't do in the original, you can do it now. And when you press I to open your inventory, you can read the notes you've collected. For example, this says you need the gold key to escape, and that is precisely what I'm looking for. But the first order of business is to look for the sky key, as that page will, tell you. All the page locations, I may or may not show them in this video. Just trying to kind of make my game relevant again, I guess. But I have not got the Easter egg by the looks of things. There's a hidden Easter egg that occurs in the village, but it occurs throughout the entire game if you get it to activate. But you just need to get it to activate, and the thing first appears in the village. It's a very spooky Easter egg, and let's just say if you're scared of weeping angels, you'll be scared of that Easter egg. But yeah, you just gotta avoid the dude. Now, in the original, there was foliage, like grass and things around. But the reason I removed grass in this game is because the map is a lot bigger now. There's a lot of new things, and to help prevent lag on every system possible, I had to remove the grass, I'm afraid. Also, the textures wouldn't compile if I left the grass on. Okay, so I believe the next key's in this house. Yep. Okay, we got stage 2. So you're going to be seeing a red light sometime soon. Yep, that is who we are avoiding. And that is actually the Infiltrator, I guess the main threat of this game. Also, for some reason, yeah, that's a bug I also need to fix. So, as you can see, he's approaching me slowly. But I have to avoid him, because he is going to try and kill me. As long as he doesn't touch me, I should be fine. You can see him on the minimap as well, so yeah. There's a few dark hidden secrets around this map. Oh, hello there. I saw your light. Now I believe the next key, not sure where it is honestly. Yeah, you find dark secrets like this around. That's a new feature as well. Okay, I see he's closing in on me. Okay, there's another note over here, as you can see. It's just one of those kind of pointless notes. There are a few that are plot relevant and a few that are completely pointless. And that is one of the pointless notes. But yeah, all the houses originally used to be 2 stories as well. But I previously removed that due to a glitch where you're actually able to jump from balcony to balcony, which means you could break the game, and that wasn't like intended. Yeah, if you see any notes like this one, pick them up and read them in your own spare time. Maybe in challenge mode, because I think the bug means enemies can't move, which basically makes it the easiest mode in the game, even though it's supposed to be the hardest. You can also kick the football, but yeah, that football like just does not stop rolling. I haven't really mastered sphere physics yet, so I haven't really made footballs. The campsite is the loading screen, so you can see that there. Okay, I believe this is the house with the Easter egg. Nope, but it is the house with the 5th key. Okay, that dude's gonna start to become really fast now. So I think he's in this house. Yep. So here is the developer note. Massive thank you to fellow gamer Flames Plays and Vinfights Rage for playing the original. Oh god, he got me. How did he get me through a wall? Okay. But yeah, there's the dev note. So you might like to read that in your own spare time. You cannot pick that one up since it's an Easter egg. But now that I've kind of explained how the game works, I'm just going to try and beat it. I didn't think he'd be able to get me through a wall. That's also something I might have to patch. Yeah, I haven't been working on this game for a while now because I've been so focused on Project Hyper, as well as doing daily uploads. So yeah, this is a game I haven't really worked on in a while. But believe me, I might come back to it one day. Maybe finish extra levels, so those are things like challenges, like beat this mode on blind. So you, there's one where there's just you don't have a flashlight at all. There's going to be one with, well, yeah, you get the point. And yeah, this is going to just be a very difficult mode. Though some of them are extremely hard. So yeah, I'm just going to focus on winning this time, and then I'll go into hard mode, because each difficulty introduces a new character. And time mode has some unique characters. The AI is similar for all of the characters, but not identical. And he gets faster for every key you collect, this guy. Like he's right outside, and I don't want to be messing with him right now. So I'm just going to keep running. Like, the thing is, if you're playing this game, it can get scary when it gets hard. Like, this game does get harder as you progress. It never used to, but it does now. Like, I planned the remake for a very long time. But, like, I planned to remake it while my computer was broken as well. Which means I couldn't remake it straight away. So it means I had the time to come up with some incredible ideas to add to the game, like how you can actually pick up notes now, the new text instead of it just like being a little thing in the corner that says, "Hey, you can't go here." It's like you need a sky key. That used to be with print string. That isn't the case anymore. That has been changed. To actually be some proper text. And to prove that, I'm still going to be running from Infiltrated, but if you remember the original escape route, I think it's up here. I seem to be running down. That's not the right way. Ah, Christ. I don't want to be stuck with this dude. But if you remember the original escape route, yeah, it's up here. Then you'll know. You can see the text now. It's different. I've been making the game with stuff like that for the text now, instead of just generating it on screen. So yeah, I made a ton of improvements while remaking this game. If you're wondering why the quality looks slightly bad, it's because I set the game to run on guaranteed medium settings every time, because, to be honest, I haven't really worked out how to change your graphics settings. And yeah. For that reason, I haven't, you know. But yeah, I wanted the game to run smooth on pretty much all systems without the game looking too terrible, and I feel like medium settings is the best for that. So if you play Fortnite on medium settings, this is running the same quality as Fortnite, but Fortnite obviously just looks better. Okay, so my next goal is actually a special one. Now, in the previous one, the previous incarnation of this game, you just had to run to that hatch. In this version, though, the hatch isn't relevant anymore. It's an Easter egg, a mere Easter egg. So what do I do instead? I have to open the gates to escape. If you remember the gates in the original, they actually open now. But to do that, you have to get into the control house over here and push the button. If you turn it yellow, then you know that the gates are going to be opening. And yes, the gates do have an opening animation, but I believe it's impossible to get over there quick enough to see it. Unless you've got like speed hacks. Yeah, sorry about that. I might have to edit this, but speed hacks are still in the game. But I believe I mounted them to the button for me that literally tells me to stop recording. Which was an absolute horrible idea, by the way. But yes, you have to escape out here. So what you do, this is like a bit of a part which I kind of consider underwhelming for the remake. Once you get outside the gates, like there's nowhere to go because there's boundaries. So you just have to like run outside the map, and I feel like that's a little Don't get me wrong, this game does get spooky. If there are speed hacks in this game, like I just said. I'm not going to tell you the keybind for it, because the keybind is my recording keybind, and that's all I'm going to say. So if you know what I press to record and what I press to stream, the recording button is the speed hack button, which is a horrible idea. But as you can see, I just picked up the final key, and we're heading to the exit now. So what you're going to do is you're going to just keep walking around, like here. You can see on the minimap where I am, roughly. But you can see a bright light over there, and that is your destination. That is where you need to go. When you reach this odd-looking house, open the door. I could just sit here and wait for an infiltrator, or I could just go through the exit. But you know, I want to taunt him a bit. But apparently he can come inside this house. Okay, he is right there. I don't want to risk it, so I'm going through the portal. So, you get to this. This is plot related. There's no way to skip this. So I'm just gonna like take a sip of my drink, I guess. There we go. Yeah, I'll let you guys read through that. Yeah, if you haven't played this game yet, go ahead and do play it, because as I said, this was the first ever game, well, second technically, that I've actually published. And this is just a remake of the first game, which was actually pretty bad. But yeah, this is a much better remake in my opinion. But yeah, this game is... I'm actually kind of proud of it, honestly. I hated the original, but I'm proud of the remake. So yeah, I'm not going to be using speed hacks anymore in this video, because that'll just corrupt it. But yeah. So hard mode, I will show you. It is randomized, the loading screen, by the way. It's just giving me the same one twice for some reason. So yeah, there's a new enemy in this mode, and the enemy is sensitive to the light. So what you're going to want to do is, if your light is on, he is going to be moving, I think, is it 2 times or 3 times as fast? Regardless, it is terrifying. The keys also... Whoa, hi. The keys have also moved to locations in this one. There's an Easter egg here. I don't know, Ninja being arrested for stream sniping, Wilfred Wolfstash, a game reference to me, a Ugandan Knuckles reference, a reference to one of my friends when he made a hilarious joke, and a pug conga line. So yeah, there's a few Easter eggs in these houses. I'll see if I can cover them all. I think one of them is actually a laser beam reference. But I believe there is none in this house. It's in one of these houses. Is it this one? No, is it the end house? What do you mean it's none of these houses? Maybe I put it in one of the other modes and I didn't even realise. Either way, the key moves locations each match. And you can see that yellow light in the distance. That is the new enemy. First creation, like I said, he's sensitive to the light. You have to avoid keeping your light on. Because if your light is on, like I said, he'll be moving 3 times as fast. So yeah, here he comes now. Let me just show you. So he looks very slow at the moment, yes. But when I turn on my light... Whoa! Yeah, so one way to avoid him is to have your light on at all times. But when he's close to you, just turn it off. Because then he moves very slow. So yeah, and then you can kind of like distance yourself from him for a bit, and then turn your light back on. Thing is, I don't remember the key locations for hard mode. I do remember them for despair mode though. There's a few places in the map I haven't even been yet, like the things over here. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, there's also a page over here. I don't know why I call them pages. They're not. If this isn't a Slender fan game, although it is based on Slender. He looks pretty shiny and metallic. That's because he is. But yeah, if I go back to the main menu, we're gonna go into despair mode, and there you go, loading screen update. So this mode is very difficult because the enemy here is set at a very fast speed, so you have to be constantly on the move. Now, if you played the original, which I doubt you did, then you would probably know that in despair mode, it was notoriously difficult to find the key. That is no more, because the thing is, I hid the key inside of grass. Like, an actual grass foliage, which blocked the light. Which is what made the key so difficult to find. As you can see, yeah, he's catching up to me now, because this guy's very fast. And he's never going to get any faster, but he's never going to get any slower either, so... This guy is the most simple AI out of all the characters, but he's just very irritating. Like, he's the hardest to avoid by a long shot. But yeah, there's the first key in this mode. So despair mode is now possible. It was possible before, it was just very hard. And yeah, here he comes. Lights off, lights on, doesn't matter. He's gonna get me. And he is very plot heavy. Now, let me show you challenge mode. And there you go. See? Loading screens explain the character AIs. And here we have Eclipse. You've seen him in the loading screens already. Now, he's actually a stupid character. Like, he's not much of a threat unless you're moving backwards. But he does cause heavy motion blur and will cause some special effects on you. Now he only pops up in one mode, and that's this one. As you can see, I got heavy motion blur, inverts my color scheme to blue and red, and yeah, he just like teleports behind you a lot, and that's pretty much all he does. But he also turns your flashlight blue. He's actually terrifying. He's one of the most irritating characters in this game as well, because that's what was supposed to make this mode difficult. But as I said, challenge mode is bugged, because this guy can block you in a house, but that's not the bug I'm talking about. The bug I'm talking about is these guys. Look at Infiltrator. He's just kind of there. What's up, buddy? Yeah. And there's also an Easter egg in despair mode, like a very, very good Easter egg, and that's very rare, but I'm not going to go into that. I'll let you guys discover that. But let's go into timed mode. The last thing we're going to do for this video, I suppose. And that this mode is time based. Like it's just so you know how long you survived. There are no keys. The notes are still around, but there are no keys, and there are enemies everywhere. It might not look it yet, but the enemies in this mode have unique AI. They're called the Dark Knight, and what they do is they kind of pop up, and normally they are very slow because they are. Well, they're actually kind of average speed. I believe they are carrying. Yep, they're carrying swords. Okay. But yeah, they just follow you. They're like Despair, but who has a constant speed. But the one thing that's different about these guys is when they have been out and spawned for, I think it's 45 seconds, or is it 120? I'm not sure. But it's one of the two. But once these guys have been out, spawned, and looking for you for a while, their lights will turn yellow, and that's what I like to call turbo mode. That's where they get really fast and become a huge threat. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of these guys as well. So if I think this mode is a lot easier if you've got a good computer. I do, but I do lag a lot as well. I mean, look at my mini-map. Have you seen how many of them there are after me right now? Most of them have yellow lights by now as well, which means they're moving a lot faster than they normally would. So yeah. Oh, he literally just spawned. And they are right behind me. But yeah, this mode does get quite laggy. I will say that right now. Whoa! Wowzers! And yeah. So that is Infiltrated, guys. Just trying to, you know, kind of make the game relevant again for a while, because it wasn't very, not many people even knew it's kind of there, so I'm just trying to like publicize it again, and kind of explain the, like, mechanics and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.